Hello everybody, I'm Sean Woolley, Managing Director of Cloud9 Spain, and with me today I have our special Irish correspondent, our property consultant, Director of the business, Debbie Lush,
Hello.
who is all the way from Ireland, although you've been here a number of years now, haven't you?
7 years.
7 years. And so what we do is we give Debbie all our difficult Irish clients, because you are difficult. It's true, isn't it?
It is very true.
So what is it about the Irish that makes them so demanding?
They want everything. So a classic thing that I get from Irish clients would be, well, I want to be walking distance to all the bars and restaurants and shops, but I don't want any noise.
Ah,
I want complete silence.
okay. I'm with them. That would be lovely. Yeah. And they want to be on the beach or not on the beach or on the golf course?
Walking distance to the beach.
Okay.
Like 5-minute walk, not a 20-minute walk, 5-10-minute walk, but silence around them.
My experience with Irish clients is that they're great fun, great to work with, they have a crack. And I've got Sean, my name, so everyone thinks I'm Irish. I'm not. Although I think my granddad was Irish, but I was named after Sean Connery because James Bond was all the rage at the time. But anyway, digressing. But I guess, does it help? Do you think Irish that trust the Irish?
Yes, beyond a shadow of a doubt. It makes
Really?
a big difference when you're dealing with a fellow countryman. And also from my perspective, I know roughly where they're coming from in Ireland and what maybe their surroundings are like and what their expectations are. So you just have a better feel for where they're gauging their property requirements.
Absolutely. And are the Irish, like a lot of nations at the moment, they're dying to get out of their home countries? Like we've got this exodus of Brits, if they can afford it, if they can get out and overcome the Brexit hurdle. But I'm guessing Ireland being part of the EU, are many people making that transition to come and live here in Spain, or is it a holiday home kind of purchase?
I think so, Sean. More recently, you're seeing younger people buying properties over in Spain, and the Irish Times has done a number of articles recently about families emigrating to different countries, and all for different reasons. I think COVID has changed a lot for people. Those that can work around the world now are kind of going, well, do I really need to be in the rain in Ireland? And it's so expensive. And, you know, Ireland's a fantastic country. I love it to bits. But unfortunately, we just don't have the weather. And there's a few other things like lifestyle, and the traffic's very heavy in Dublin. If you're trying to get anywhere, it's a nightmare. And it's become a little bit aggressive in Dublin and the city centre, I think. We've seen that with news reports lately. So people are looking for just a more balanced life.
Better quality.
And Spain is a huge attraction for them because it's not the other side of the world. If you need to pop home, it's 2 3/4 hours on a flight. It's easy, it's safe here. You've got fantastic weather, fantastic food. The quality of life is great, and it's not expensive.
And do the Irish that come over here, do they tend to want to hang out with Irish, or do they tend to want to sort of explore the Spanish culture?
Not
or
necessarily. Not necessarily.
Okay.
We like getting into other people's cultures and, you know, the Spanish way of life and everything like that. We're open to mixing all the time. In fact, a lot of my clients say to me, oh, I don't want to be near an Irish bar, you know, an Irish bar.
Until they find one.
Yeah, but they don't mind being near other bars, Dutch and Spanish and Belgian bars, but they don't necessarily want to come from their home country into another Irish bar.
The same again. And in terms of the type of purchase, is there a template, or are they looking at all sorts of different things? As long as it's near a bar, are they looking at different budgets, or is there a typical kind of budget that an Irish person would come with, or is it all over the place?
This year I've been really surprised because the spectrum goes from, you know, 350,000 up to over 2 million. There's a lot of money coming out of Ireland at the moment, and they're investing over here in property. Whereas before, I'm not sure that they realised the investment opportunities that Spain can give them for rentals, for flipping properties, things like this, and also buying off-plan.
Okay, and do they use their own money, or do they like to take finance? Or again, is that just dependent on the client?
Generally speaking, they're using their own money. They're cash buyers.
Okay.
There will be the odd person that wants a mortgage or perhaps wants a top up because they've seen a property that's another 100 grand above their budget, and they do that. But I'd say 80% of my clients are cash buyers at the moment.
And I guess you do get quite a few of our Irish clients. You don't get them all, but you get a few of them, and you also deal with other nationalities. But do you like working with your own?
I love it.
Yeah. I can tell whenever I send you an Irish client.
I get so excited.
Yeah, I always know they're going to be in safe hands. And whereabouts are you from in Ireland?
So I'm from Sutton, beside the sea in Dublin. Okay, and there's great water sports there, and sailing and golf and tennis and all sorts of things you can do.
Wow.
And in fact, a couple of my clients have been from Malahide and down the road. So it's nice, yeah.
Fantastic. And you've actually known some of them, haven't you? From
Yeah.
connections and places you've worked. Your background is quite mixed, isn't it? You've done property and interior design and art and God knows what. So
I have.
Tell us.
Oh, where do I start?
The
So
short version.
Okay, the short version is I'm a qualified interior designer. I worked in property, both selling houses for Sherry Fitzgerald and Douglas Newman Good in Dublin. And then I went into architecture and design using AutoCAD. I worked for a big property developer. So I would do plans, sections, elevations, fire cert drawings. We would do mixed use development, which consisted of huge apartment blocks and then commercial premises underneath. I also set up...
So she knows what she's talking about, this one.
I did set up interior design section for a furniture store in Blackrock as well. So I had to fly over to London and decide on which fabric books and wallpaper collections we were going to go with and set up that. And we provided a curtain making service and furniture and put all the schemes together.
You're a talented cookie, aren't you?
Well, yeah, I do love property, but it keeps
do. Debbie's the
drawing me
one,
back
right?
to
Whenever there's a
property.
new like property program, you know, like these selling sunsets and things like that. Whenever there's a new one that comes on the TV, I always get a WhatsApp from Debbie saying, "You must be watching this," because we just have a laugh about it. All these crazy young bucks who are going out there trying to sell properties, and
there are some interesting Irish programs on at the moment. I don't know if you've seen them. Maybe
know.
you don't get the Irish channels, but I do. So what have I been watching? Selling Ireland's most expensive homes.
Okay,
We do have expensive homes.
very good.
And cheap Irish homes as well, which is very interesting. And cheap Irish homes abroad.
Cheap Irish homes.
Cheap Irish home. Now,
We get like
cheap.
bargain-loving Brits in the sun. Classy, aren't we? But you get cheap Irish homes.
These homes are quite special. So they're usually in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Maybe marketing about 150, 190. And they may not have, bathrooms and stuff in them.
No, may not have any walls.
No, well, yeah. So you would have to prepare to do a lot of renovation. But I'm always interested in the market at home and what's going on and what you can get for your money.
Yeah. You do have your nose to the ground, ear to the ground.
Everything to the
One
ground.
of those to the ground. Because you do know about stuff. Whenever I kind of ask the team about what's happening, she's great. So she knows, you know your stuff, you know your research and what's on the market. I know you've got like a list of buyers for certain developments where we can't get stock at the moment.
Yeah.
But Debbie's on top of that. Anything else you want to tell me about yourself that I don't already know, that wasn't on your CV?
Oh, yeah.
I feel like Alan Sugar here.
Well, I did do some art. I mean, let's face it. So this is part of me. So if you Google my name, you might come up with shoe paintings and all kinds of paintings that I would have done. And I did that back in the recession times in 2008. And I loved it. And I discovered I had a bit of a grow for it, a bit of a love for it.
A bit, yeah.
And I sold through various auction houses. But I don't have time to do it now anymore because I'm so busy selling amazing properties.
Exactly, you're a rock star agent. I
do
hate
love
that
it.
term, I keep using it, I must stop. Thank you so much
No, thank
for
you.
explaining who you are, how you can help, and educating me about Irish buyers and Irish buyer behaviour. Yeah, I'll leave them with you, I think.
Well, it's just a matter of helping people out and putting all the pieces of the puzzle together, really.
But
And
I think
love doing that.
it's great when they feel comfortable, and I think there is something with the Irish where they do feel very comfortable with their own. And,
we're funny folk.
I appreciate
We are funny folk.
it. And we'll leave it at that. Thanks so much.
Thank you. So will you tell me when these are going out and I'll just take as Annex?